What's up, everybody? It's Tuesday night. It's my favorite night of the week for sure. Hope it is yours as well. Guys, Horseman of the Apocalypse, we have a great guest tonight. We're staying in Canada for another week. We've been here 2 weeks. Not sure if we can get back across the border, but we're going to give it a try. So, I mean, if Milky can get here, I'm sure we can get back home, I hope. I got longer to do, so. But first, let's go through the chat. We got Ryan Milky. He's here. Check out the pinned comment at the top. Our guest is doing a giveaway for 2,000 subscribers. He'll talk a little bit more about that, but go to that short. Tells you everything you need to know. Umpty Scratch, Christina Payne, Randy from Mystery Madness. Welcome, welcome. Big Easy's House of Pops. He's just here for the snacks. He's had an eventful day, guys. He's had an eventful day, so... Yes, he's here, like I said, just for the snacks. And then there's this Headless Ned Stark guy. He finished a game last night. I didn't think he was going to finish it, but he finally did. The Last of Us. Awesome, awesome. I don't know what he's going to be playing next, but it's my first time ever watching somebody play video games, like a shooter game. It was pretty cool. Pretty awesome. So, like I said, we got the whole crew here tonight. We are going to have a packed house for sure. Mark Schaefer, yes, happy Pie Day, guys. I'm not sure what flavor, but happy Pie Day, whatever flavor you guys like. So, as you can see, the lights are not in the soda case tonight. Transformer cord broke, so that's what happens when you buy stuff from China. But, yeah, so let's go ahead. Let's start bringing on some Horsemen. Let's bring, let's see, Saturday night I hung out with this gentleman. We watched a movie for the first time ever together, along with countless other folks. We got Ryan Milky. What's up, Spaceballs?
All right, Boff. How you doing?
It's good, man. How's your week going?
Yeah. Dude, it's been great. It's been crazy. Some things ended, Cool show ended, and I watched a movie with you, and I didn't go live last night because I genuinely couldn't rack my brain for something to talk about. And also, our guest was also live, so it was a prime time for me to go snoop over there and hang out for a little bit.
Yep.
But yeah, just hanging out. Tuesdays is a great night as always.
Yeah, I was over there as well. Great live, great bunch of guys. Actually, some individuals I didn't even know had channels. I didn't know them, so really opened my eyes to some other channels and such. So it's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. Let's see, Mark Schaefer, Christina Payne, Umpty. That is the first time I've ever heard anyone call Milky a gentleman. So, well, there's a first for everything. Oh. So, but yeah. So, a show ended this week. We both loved it. Many, many millions of people loved it. Can't wait for a second season. I'm in that second season mode now. Got 2 shows. Can't wait for both. So,
and it'll just keep piling on. The rest of the stuff that we're watching this year will probably just keep piling on, and you'll be like, Milky, what have you got me into? Now my head's going to explode waiting for these dates.
Yep. Yeah, you guys got me into Legos. What was it, 2 weeks ago? I sat here for 5.5 hours of excruciating pain watching me put Legos together, but I finally did it. Last of Us, awesome show. House of the Dragon, awesome show. So, yeah, lots of great stuff happened this week for sure.
Yep. And I loved our little private chat backstage while Headless was gaming last night. I was texting you, and we were both jibbing him a little bit. It was really. I told him afterwards. I said, "Me and Charles were having such a great laugh," because I texted you the entire itinerary of what he had to do, and it took him like 40 minutes to get up the stairs.
Oh yeah, yeah. He was on the first floor for a while. First floor.
Yeah, it was really, really good. I told him I really enjoyed watching it, and people might think I kiss his ass or something because he's my co-host, but I genuinely really enjoy his content. Every time his video drops, I'm excited to watch it. So.
Yes, definitely. You never know what he's going to come up with too, which is great. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. But so we'll bring on another Horseman. He actually has something going on. It's Sunday night with Headless Ned Stark as well. So let's bring on Randy. He's got autograph battle?
Yes. Yep.
Okay, awesome.
This Sunday. Yep.
Nice. Can't wait for that. You guys are going to show off some autographs. I think Milky is the referee for that as well.
Yep.
So, I've got to take my championship t-shirt off and put my referee t-shirt on.
Nice. You had to bring that up, didn't you?
I will always bring it up.
So
I'm
what
not
do
gonna
I
cry.
got
I'm
to
not
do
gonna
to
cry.
grease the wheels here, Milky? I mean, come on now.
Dude, I don't even know what the rules are yet. I've got to figure out the rules. I've been told a couple of the rules, but it's going to be funny. I genuinely am excited for it because I have no idea. You just said what do I need to do to grease the wheels? I don't know what you have in your collection. Nobody does, and I also don't know what Headless has because we just see the cool background. He never shows any of the pops except for the really expensive Headless Ned Stark that he's got.
Yep.
So I have no idea what he's got, and I've hung out with the guy probably about the same amount as you guys now, and I still haven't seen, what's down in the basement or what's just on the other side of his camera wall.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yep.
And he's typing the rules up right now. He says so.
Well, he's got to change them so they work for him.
Oggy asks, is it going to be an autograph mystery box? No, I don't believe it is. I think that the set rules that they're going to be showing autographs, and I can't give you all the rules until I know. But as we say, Headless is writing them up now, so
There'll be
stay
more
tuned.
to come of that for sure. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Umpty asked, "How about that new Jar Jar pop?" I have not seen it. We'll probably have to definitely get that because I'm a little bit of a fan of the President Jar Jar. So, But Color Fan Dad says #biased. Welcome, Color Fan Dad. Welcome, Augie. Welcome. Jeremy Knapp, welcome as well. Guys, we got a lot of fans here. That's pretty nice. Pretty nice. Let's go ahead. Let's bring on Mr. Let's see. Old videos. Loving it. Loving it. Bringing back 2-year-old videos. Not touched. Not remastered. Just boom. This is what you get. I love it. Here he is. LSAPC.
Hello.
What's up?
Hey.
What's up?
Oh, how is you guys?
Good.
Yeah.
I am loving the new series with the old videos, and it's amazing how you can. Tuesday is Tuesday. 2 years ago,
Yeah, they're lining up really, really well. And I was gonna only release them on Fridays, but there's just so much content, and I never expected. I thought it'd be fun to see a video where we compare values from 2 years ago to now. And it got such a good reaction and such a good welcome that now I don't want to just do it once a week. I want to start rolling these. And I have 146 video files that I got to go through. So I'm going to start doing a couple a week.
Nice.
More than likely. So having a great time with it. And some of the old crap that the editing room floor stuff that we put back in there and all that, I just think has been a lot of fun too. So
yeah, I'm loving it. I'm really liking to see the values of some of them, $8, it's $8. Today's video, spoiler, but the Gandalf
shocked me.
Surprised me.
Big time.
Is that because the new show just dropped?
I have to think so. I have to think so. I don't know, but fantastic.
Yeah.
Awesome to see that go in price. I don't have it anymore. I don't have any of those pops. It's also funny to see which of those pops I still have and which ones I don't.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, there are some that I do.
Yeah.
And a lot of them I can remember exactly where they went. That was an F Cancer box. Oh, that was a whatnot auction. Oh, that was a whatever. So there you go.
Sorry, Anthony, I didn't notice you there without the caps. I didn't notice you.
You're not yelling loud enough.
Yes, Anthony Blaze, welcome. Also, Nadia, thanks for joining us.
Hello. Have you seen Kate in the chat yet? I got to send her. I might have to send her the link. She's missed the last 2 weeks because we haven't been on Stable Clips.
Yeah, no, I have not seen her. All
right, I'll send her the link.
So, yeah, Anthony, please don't be late next week. We're gonna dock your pay if you are.
Yeah, we'll give you one. We'll give you one pass.
The luau, Andrew, welcome.
Andrew,
hey.
Oh, do you see him now, Ryan?
Oh, hi, Anthony. You're late. You're late. Don't be late.
Kate is here.
Kate is.
Excellent. Yep. There you go.
There we go. There's Kate.
Luau, I need to pick your brain. I was curious if you got in on the, Dungeons and Dragons just dropped. So.
Oh yeah, that was
today.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was today.
Is that the usual time gap between drops?
I feel like, I was going to say, I feel like it was quick, but there was one drop.
Yeah, it felt real quick.
Or an extra week went in between.
Yeah. It seems like they're getting back on there every 2 week again.
Yeah.
Well,
I won't be jumping back in again unless we get Lord of the Rings.
I'll just say, we can roll past, come back to it later, but they finally did it right. I mean, they released Dungeons and Dragons right before the movie's going to come out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Makes perfect sense.
Yep.
Not a year later, 6 months later.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Luau said, I'm the exact same way, Luau. I've never played it. Don't know anything about it. Thought the NFTs graphically were some of the best they've ever done.
Yep.
They were.
And I thought that the physical redemption molds are some of the best they've done. Love it.
I haven't even looked at them.
Exactly. Hey, Kate, welcome. Thanks for joining us. Let's see. Someone else said something. Funko Illuminati's in the chat. Welcome. Anthony Blaze says, even though Arizona doesn't have daylight time, it still screws with them. So I can see that. I don't know how, but I can see that.
Because he doesn't have a time change, but all of his friends across the states are doing lives earlier, and
Yeah, I can see that. Let's see, Augie, the background in those old videos is awesome.
Yes.
And do you still have that set up someplace?
I don't still have it set up at someplace, but I was going to say earlier, one of the reasons that I love redoing all these videos is because I'm totally jealous of the old background.
Yeah.
I really do want to reset it up, but at the same time,
epic. Yeah.
At the same time, I don't have the collection that I used to, so I don't know if it would. I mean, I could make it look on camera like it looked like that, but in real life, I mean, it was pretty freaking cool in real life.
Yeah.
It was amazing. I did love it.
It was big. So.
One thing, real quick, I'll just be sorry. Daylight savings somebody brought up. I used to live in Indianapolis, and I don't know if this is still true, and maybe Luau can attest to this or not, but I used to live in Indianapolis, and they didn't do daylight savings time. So half the year you were on Central Time, and half the year you were on Eastern Time. And talk about screwing you up.
That would screw me up. Yeah,
that's wild.
The 1 hour really doesn't for me, because I'm always up early and up late, so it doesn't really matter.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that would really screw with me.
Really, it was just what time your TV show came on. At that point, I remember in my life, I wasn't working and had a young baby and the whole deal. So it was just like you never knew what was coming on. Yeah.
Luau said, I believe you are correct.
It's wild.
You know me, I usually go for like midnight rides on my bike and stuff, and I'm usually back in time for the Horseman, and I had to cancel this week because trying to explain to them that America's times have changed, but ours haven't, but we're all still on the same planet, and we've only got one sun. It doesn't make any sense, but...
It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't. No, it really doesn't. They do it. They did it years ago because of farmers.
Mm-hmm.
It would give them an extra hour. Now farmers got lights, so why?
Yeah, I'm an hour early this week. I think I am again next week, but then it changes for us in the UK, so then it's back to normal time for me again.
Okay. Nice. Hey, Mitchie, how are you? Welcome. All right, let's go ahead. We'll bring in the next Horseman. He may not be doing videos. He may not be collecting Funko Pops, which quite a few of us probably aren't anymore. But he is still in the community all the time, chatting on chats, in the lives, everything. Here he is, Danny. What's up?
You're muted.
He's muted.
Yep.
Yep.
What's up, guys?
What's up?
Okay. Not much. How are you doing? How's your week?
Busy.
Busy?
But, typical.
Yeah. I see you survived spring break with all the children home last week.
I did. That's
good. That's good. Good.
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice having everybody home.
I bet it was.
I bet it was nice sending one of them back though. Oh, he'll be on here. He'll be on in a minute.
I think I need to work up a rotation on which one I send back.
All right.
There you go. Yeah. Well, what is it? One more year and you'll be able to, or two?
William's a junior, so
okay.
We got another year and he'll be gone too.
Okay. Does he have plans or kind of whatever happens?
He's looking at a couple of different colleges, trying to find something that it has the degree that he wants, and Actually, one of them's down around your neck of the woods.
Okay.
Or whatever the hell they call it now.
S&T.
Yeah.
Foxy.
Yeah. Hey, Fox.
Hey, Fox.
Yeah. Oops. Yeah, Missouri S&T, Science and Technology. I still call it UMR, so it's all right.
Yeah, it was ROLLA when I was in college, so.
Yeah, it's still
Yep.
Mitchie said she'll take AC if you don't want him.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, only if you can get him a summer internship, then maybe.
I'm telling you, she'd trade me for AC. You take this jackass, I'll keep AC.
Bailey might too. You never know.
I know, very much so.
Well, I can guarantee you one thing: he'll be a lot quieter than you are.
Hey, baby Ice, how are you? Welcome. Yeah. So you had spring break last week, busy week this week, so back to normal basically.
Yeah, pretty much. People calling in, dumping more work. You know how it is.
Yeah. Oh,
Yep.
wait.
Same.
It's changed. She's getting rid of Jeremy and Bailey for AC.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
Cool.
Package deal.
It's probably just the light.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I can do that trade. Like, we got bunk beds in the boys' room, but I think that might be too much.
It's the light. It's because I haven't got the main light on, so and my ginger beard is giving me a redness on my face.
Yes, definitely.
Danny, I'd tell you I'm pretty self-sufficient, but Mitch, you would probably disagree.
And I don't have enough square footage between the bedroom and mine, so I can get some sleep.
Right. I don't snore. I don't know what you're talking about.
Sure. That was a freight train that was coming through the house all night. Was that it? Okay.
We live right by the train tracks. You heard it all night.
Oh, this breaking news, this just in from Fox Ground TV.
Oh,
confirmed Rodgers to the Jets and AC to Mickey.
Confirmed.
I hope Rodgers goes to the Jets. That way we don't have to play him anymore. Maybe we can win a game. Nah, we still won't. Never mind. Oh my God, y'all snore. Yeah, we probably do, Mitchie. I'm sure we do. So, all right, let's go ahead. We'll bring on the last Horseman tonight. He is the one we've been talking about, guys. He is the faceless wonder of the Horseman. Here he is. AC, what's up?
Not much.
Awesome. Oh, I don't like that. Oh, no! What'd I do?
AC, I know that Danny might not have been as excited to send you back, but were you excited to get home because of the new season?
I got back and the internet crashed.
Oh.
So, no.
I saw you on their plane though, right? Or was that the next night?
That was the next night.
That was the next night. Yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah.
So, 2-minute quick monologue. What's happened in the Fortnite story?
Yes.
I don't even know what the story is. I just know that it's a really cool map change and there's some really new mechanics. Really cool new mechanics or new weapons. I don't know if I'd say new mechanics. The slide rails in the main town, I don't even know what it's called, is cool. AC, help me out here.
I just know Attack on Titan's in the game, and that's what I care about.
Attack on Titan's in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with the ODM gear coming soon.
Oh, Milky's back in.
I've said that a lot of times and then never do, but Attack on Titan's that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what happened with the map? What is it? A new season? Is it a new map?
It's a new season.
What is it?
New season, so new POIs.
New POIs. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
All I know is the matchmaking sucks because I'm getting my butt kicked every time I log in. Normally I can finish in the top 25, and I think I had 4 games where I finished in the top 80.
Is it because you're always matched with Jeremy though? Is that why?
Well, I couldn't even blame him. That was solos.
Yeah. but it might be
shout
because
out to Headless. I want to see him play Fortnite on a live stream because I watched him shooting in The Last of Us and he's absolutely terrible. But that game doesn't help because it's a slow game anyway. But I want to see what he's like on Fortnite. So it's free. Download it. Go live.
So last night watching him shoot was like watching Stevie Wonder do concrete.
wow.
No, I kept on every time he shoot and miss. I'm like, dude, come on.
He'd be like, I hit him in the head, dude. You missed him by 6 feet.
Yeah, it's like you shot the can that was beside him, not his head.
Yeah.
And I want to defend my comments that I was sending him because he wrote a comment earlier. He was like, "Under the red truck, dude. WTF?" When I sent that comment, I could see the truck you were talking about. Yeah. But because YouTube take damn ages for it to pop up on his PlayStation screen for him to read it, he's already past the point of no return to go get it. Yeah. And then he's spending 20 minutes looking for this thing that I'm trying to tell him about, and it's like, damn it.
Yeah, when you said that, I realized what you meant.
Yeah, as he passed over the water, there was a truck with a red sign on it here, and then he climbed up over the bridge, over the truck with the box, and then you can't go back over after that. Go back. Yep. By the time he'd gone over the truck, my message popped up. I was like, damn it.
There's been several times
too, when he get frustrated, he'd be like, damn it, run. This guy does not run at all.
There's several times when AC would say something when I'd be watching your live, and you would say something, and then I would comment immediately to it, and then by the time it would get to you and you would read it, you had already talked about 4 other things, and you didn't know what I was like. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
That's what I don't like that about.
Yeah, there's such a delay when I guess when you're streaming from a video game system or something to YouTube. There's a large. I noticed that last night in the chat.
I'm guessing it's going to his YouTube chat, and then it's taking time to go from his YouTube chat to his PlayStation network, and then pop up on his screen.
Yeah. Well, our guests might be able to help us out with that. I don't know.
Maybe.
You might be able to talk us through that.
We're staying in Canada, right?
Do what?
Well, in Canada.
We're staying in Canada.
Yeah, we're in Canada. We had poutine for dinner, whatever the hell that is.
I hope you all got tents because we're here again in 2 weeks, so there's no point going home. We're here again.
Dude, I got laundry to do, man. I gotta go feed my goldfish, do laundry, and I don't know, something else. Oh, I gotta go to work. Yeah. But guys, yes, we are in Canada still. You all know our guest that's coming up tonight. He's a huge Ghostbusters fan, I think, or something like that. I don't know. I think he likes the female version of the Ghostbusters probably the best. That's probably number 1 movie that he likes. I can see from his face down below that I may be incorrect. We're gonna find out.
Maybe.
So, maybe just a little. So, guys, welcome Funko Illuminati. What's up, brother?
Oh, nothing, man. Maybe later you and I can talk somewhere. It's funny you mentioned that movie. I went and saw it in theaters going, okay, maybe I know it's going to be bad. Maybe it might something will be good about it. Horrible. And then I subjected myself again to it for the director's cut.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. You know what was missing? The dance number.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's up, Tats? Did you did you enjoy the I don't know, the last Ghostbusters with all the little mini marshmallows?
The Afterlife, yes. I saw it twice in that weekend. We have a thing here called they're called D-box seats. Basically, they're the ones that rock back and forth, and the theater like pumps in like smoke and wind and stuff, so it gives you that feeling like you're on a ride while you're watching it.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I went and saw that, and for anybody here that goes and sees those movies in those seats, don't get popcorn, don't get anything, just sit. I watched a guy with a full can of popcorn, and if anybody's seen the movie, there's a truck that rolls in it, and I watched this guy's popcorn just go, no, I watched the popcorn just do this beautiful arc.
Oh, nice.
Man.
Yeah, it was. Hey, Quick, I still have that. By the way, if you ever want to bug Quick, there's 2 things you can go with. I have a first edition foil Snorlax from Jungle. He wants that badly. Also, I mean, I have this as well. I was telling you guys about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the one you're sending Jeremy, right?
Yeah, the shadowless. That's not worth.
Look, I will extend the same offer I extend to anybody who wants my shit. Just let you know, 24 hours. If you come to the door, it's yours.
We're already in Canada. Let's go.
I will not fight you for it, but I will not help you get into this building either. So, I mean,
I'll just get the lady you told us about across the hall. She's nice.
Yeah, go ahead. Good luck. Good luck.
I think I would be inclined to go after that Snorlax myself. That's a solid card.
Yeah, I got a few first edition foils from the original set. There was a time where we were on LBD Prophecy when he had his live stream on weekends, and just as a whim, I said, "Well, I could show you guys my cards," and we watched his viewer count, people popping in.
Yeah.
So
nice.
Yeah, I used to play Pokemon competitively, and then I switched over to Magic the Gathering.
Nice.
That Zard isn't. No, but it's shadowless.
And I have 2 of them.
Oh. well,
yeah.
I have one of these. No.
But yeah, it's good to be here, guys. I really appreciate bringing me on. Honestly, it's been it's going to be a busy week for me. I got there was a live stream yesterday, which you guys were there. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
The live stream tonight. Then Wednesday, I find out I'm going to the Fan Expo, which is the comic book version of it in Toronto. So I find out Wednesday if I'm going to be staying there, like for the whole, like, because I live in Hamilton, we have a train. I'm sure Melky can agree to this. Train sometimes easier. It's easier to take the train than to get a hotel room in the city that you're going to, because the train is only about a 45-minute train ride, or I could spend $200 and spend 3 days in Toronto in a really shitty hotel. Mm-hmm. I'd rather just sleep in my own bed for less money.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Exactly.
So it's.
Go ahead.
No. What were you going to ask, mate?
I was going to ask you about the collector thing that you're going to. Is it just comic books, or is it a little bit of everything? Or
okay, so Fan Expo, at least Fan Expo as a company is a nation, well, almost continent-wide thing, because they have it in the States, they have it here in Canada. So this one, I would consider it like the baby one. It's like the prerequisite. It's about half the size of the one that's in August. The one in August would be, if you were to compare it to size, would be close to like New York Comic Con. And every year they keep getting bigger and bigger. In fact, last year, just to give you an idea, the convention center in Toronto has like 5 sections to it, and they're using almost every section of that space.
Wow.
Yeah. So
it's a good size one then. Yeah.
Yeah, you can walk the entire floor in 2 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, and not. So I'm heading Thursday to help set up a booth. Then I'm going to be setting up some other stuff. They were nice enough to let me set up some advertisements for the channel on their booth, and then I'll have an exhibitor's pass, because my choice was I could get in. There's 3 passes I could have got. I could have got a regular pass like everyone else. I could have applied for a media pass, but the problem with the media pass is that they set you up with the interviews that you're interested in, which is fine. But then I'm a 1-person channel. So anybody here who does videos knows that it's a lot of work to film all your stuff, get it home, get it edited, and get it out in the same day by yourself. It's not like you have somebody sitting, at a desk going, "Hey dude, I got everything here. I'm throwing it into the Dropbox. Can you get it out and done?" Yeah. I have to do it all myself. So
exactly.
So I'd rather have the exhibitor's pass that, and I also get in before anybody else. So
now, you said last night that you're working with a certain company, or going to help with a certain company?
Yes, it's the gentleman. It's the guys at First Form Collectibles, run by Ricky and Ray. They are based in Detroit. Basically, they're one of the, I would say, about the second or third company that's reached out to me. But they've been really, really good to me. At the Fan Expo, I helped them out. I wanted to stay in the city. They gave me a really good deal on a hotel room. So we were basically 3 of us sharing a hotel. And then because they're coming in from the States, I've offered to help them out when they're here, because I'm from Toronto. I know the city. I know where to go. I know where to drive. I know places to stay, where not to, and stuff. So it's beneficial to both of us. And they give, I know you guys are all state-wise, and there's a few people here from Canada, but getting exclusives into Canada is really difficult unless you know somebody or you have friends on the other side. Like in my case, I'm blessed in that respect. I have a few people here that. Is there anyone signing at the Fan Expo? Yes, Angie. To answer your question real quick, Toronto and Hamilton are kind of like real hotspots for filming. The Boys TV series, in fact, is filmed. They were filming here in Hamilton a few weeks ago, and they're mostly filming in Toronto. So about 90% of the cast is actually going to be at that convention. We also have a Brit coming over. The gentleman who played John Constantine is going to be there. And basically anybody who was on the CW that played in the DC universe is going to be there because, well, they could use the money right now.
No joke.
Yeah. So, basically that's who's all going to be there. I'll be honest with you. The only one I want to get is the gentleman who plays John Constantine. I actually have his pop, and I happen to like that character. So
nice.
Gonna get that.
Yeah, I know you were talking about that last night. The crew from the Boys, and you were talking about the prices, and you were debating between that and somebody else. I can't think of who. I can't remember who it was now.
Carl Urban, who plays Butcher. He's going to be there, and he's charging $100 for an autograph.
Yeah.
Now
when you go and do something like that, let's say you bring a pop in, they sign it. Now it's not COA, right?
Well, JSA is on site always for these things.
Yep.
Okay.
So, like for instance, I don't know if you guys any watch anime, but I like Demon Slayer. And Bryce Penneback, who is a voice actor, signed the first Inosuke chase ever. I have a picture of it. I have him autographed it with #1. And
nice.
JSA wasn't there at the time. So if they're there this time, I'm going to bring it in and get it certified.
Yeah. Now, what does something like that run usually? I'm sure they charge for it.
Well, again, one of the benefits of being in the YouTube community is that you know people that know people. So I get a bit of a discounted rate, but the average is $15, which I'll be honest with you, getting something JSA certified for $15 is decent. Like, there's going to be a company, I forget what company, but their company is going to be there grading cards. So I know the price is expensive, so I'm not planning on taking all my first edition cards, but this definitely, plus I have a first edition Blaine Charizard foil, so I'm going to get those done.
Nice.
And then maybe I'll do a giveaway. Kidding. If I get 1 million subs, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Legitimate. I don't need somebody,
Oh, I already bought you 5 million subs. So. Let me cancel that real quick.
Yeah, I don't need to see Milky 1, Milky 2, Milky 3, Milky 4.
Well, yeah, I think I already own all those, actually.
Yeah.
Actually.
Well, we all know that Jeremy has like 9 different channels. So
all legitimate channels.
He's even got me beat. Yeah.
I have this channel, and then I have my personal email, and that's just stuff I dump onto to see how it looks on YouTube before I actually bring it over to the main channel. That literally is a test channel, just to see, that the format works and stuff. Especially when you see, here's the thing. I went to school for hardware engineering, and I dabbled in software. So I'm not a graphics guy. I'm not an editor. Thanks to the marvels of the pandemic, I had plenty of time to learn. However, the hardest thing for me to learn out of this whole YouTube universe is getting the banner to look right and to center right. If you don't have I use Photoshop and I have a template now, but in the beginning I didn't. I was using Paint, which if anybody here does graphics design, using Paint is like using it's like trying to paint your house with a stone.
Yep.
It's a pain in the ass, and I'm glad I have a friend who's a graphics designer. He's like, "You want a copy of Photoshop?" It's like, "I can't afford it." He goes, "I'm not asking you. Do you want a copy?" "Yes." "Okay, I'll be over in 20 minutes." Comes over and installs it. Goes, "There you go."
Nice.
Yeah, so you want all those techie things? You need to talk to the guy up there in the corner who never talks.
Yeah.
He's one who's going to scroll.
He also posted a question in the private chat for you.
Yes.
Oh,
That could be answered later. I'm just being a nerd.
Okay.
So the question is, what is your favorite breathing style?
Well, I'm asthmatic, so I prefer Ventolin style, but I'll take any. No, when it comes to honestly, right now, I'm gonna have to say fire, but that's just like the fire breathing style. But that's just because from an aesthetic standpoint, it looks really cool. The other thing is that I'm a bit of a firebug, so I mean,
yeah, that makes sense. The main character's breathing style, kind of.
What about you, AC?
Mine's bug.
Yeah, that's pretty decent.
I mean, I think like the fact that you poison them is just so cool. Like, yeah, you cut their head off, but they're also poisoned.
That is really cool. I know. Actually, you might appreciate this. I have all the cast autograph on the wall over here.
So you said as long as I get into the building, right?
Right.
Yeah. That's very, very true. Very true. Just remember, this building is 141 years old, so the stairs are not like a traditional, flight of stairs, about a flight and a half. So when you get pushed, just remember to tuck and roll.
Tuck and roll, baby. Tuck and roll.
Don't fight gravity. Just go with it.
Yeah,
Is there an elevator?
I'd play the long game and get friendly with the girl upstairs first.
Yeah.
Yeah, considering the fact that she hid from me for 3 years, Melky, you're gonna play the long game. That's good. That's
Yeah,
gonna be
but
really
I'm also
long.
4'2", so she'll think I'm family. I'm Willow size.
Look eye to eye.
Exactly.
Why
I'm not going to intimidate.
why don't you get a long pipe and just say you're from the Shire? You probably have a better luck.
Exactly. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, definitely.
But it's like I said, I like going to these things. I've been going to them for a while. I used to actually go as a volunteer for the fan expo, so I've worked with guests. First guest I ever met, didn't know who he was. So I'm just about to go into college. I'm in the green room, and this guy's sitting there, and he's gotten, as you guys joke, poutine, which is just cheese curds and gravy and fries. He's sitting there and he's eating it. He's like, I love this stuff, and he's not from Canada, right? So I don't know this, and he starts talking to me, and I know he's a guest, and I'm trying to be subtle, which clearly I'm not. I'm flipping through the book, looking up while talking to him, and he goes, and I didn't ask who he was, and we talked for about an hour and a half, and he walks away, and I finally asked him, I was like, who is that? He goes, that's Gunther Henson. Ah, it's like, you don't know who that is, do you? No, original Leatherface. Really? Yep. I was like, damn. He gave me advice like in college, life, just really nice guy. And because whoever saw me talk to him, he said, hey, you're really good with the guests. You don't really pester them. How would you like to work with the guests specifically? And I said, I suppose, great. So for 9 years, I worked every fan expo with the guests. Everybody, like, some of them are really nice. Some of them I was polite to, but in the back of my mind, it was like, I'd rather be cleaning a toilet right now than dealing with your personality. I'll say a certain person sounds like William Shatner. Yeah. We were told not to look him in the eye, only speak when spoken to, and never to be in front of him in any way. Yeah. I was like, okay, fine, sure. But, Leonard was much nicer and politer to people. He was like, how are things going? Hey, look, I'm going to be here for another hour. Are you going to be fine with that? Hey, I have water under my table. Do you guys want something? Like, but his compatriot was complete dick.
Wow.
I'm going to see him this weekend, I think. Big Easy. Yeah. And maybe if Big Easy's still available, he's going to be at a con in Kansas City.
Okay, well, hey,
Jeremy, did you go to World of Wheels last weekend and meet Henry Winkler?
No.
Okay, you're disowned.
I know. I don't. But I'll be shocked if I make it to the con this weekend because I don't know if you guys know this about me, but if there's going to be more than 10 people there, I'm not going to be there.
Jeremy's not coming. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was Henry Winkler. You could have taken one of your Mahomes pops and he'd have signed it.
I know.
Hell, he might have taken it from you and offered you to, fix dinner at his house.
I know. I know, but
sorry, little sidebar there. Didn't interrupt.
No. Actually, the coolest person I ever met that was like in my mind a big name. So I get called up and there's like, hey, can you take this corporate credit card, go over to the Lone Star Grill and pick up an order for us, and then bring it back to the green room. There's only one person in there. Drop it off. I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. Now, like I told you, this convention is very large. So it takes like 7 minutes to get out of the building from where you are, and another 7 minutes back. I get to the green room. And there's two Toronto Metro Police officers, a gentleman sitting at the table, and Alice Cooper. And I look and I go,
nice.
I said, here you go. I said, here's your food. And the cops take theirs, and his manager takes his, and Alice Cooper takes his. And I said, here you go, sir. Here's your food. Here's everything you need. Is there anything else you need? Water? And he's like, no. And I go to walk out. He goes, where are you going? I went, well, I was just told to drop your food off. He goes, sit, have a seat. You clearly, because I'm sweating, right? Because it's the middle of summer and I'm running back. He's like, you're clearly overheated. Sit, have a seat, talk. Wow. And so we talked for like a half an hour, and I made sure the whole time I'm talking, I was like, I need to think of things other than rock and roll that this man has done, because he's here for 5 days, and the last thing I need to do is go, so what's it like to be a rock star? It's like, no. So I'm trying to think, golf. What do I know about golf? Okay, it's a sport I hate. It's a sport I have no interest in, but he liked it. So how do you like golf? What's your favorite course?
Nice.
So
that'd be awesome.
Hey, Johnny, how's it going, buddy?
Johnny Funko, welcome. Let's see, we got Templar Pop snuck in as well. Hello, Jeremy.
I admit, walking in to see Alice Cooper, I might have just had to pull a Wayne's World.
Yeah.
Just trust myself, I'm not worthy.
Absolutely.
I had $120 worth of like steak and other things in my hands. That's the last.
I dropped it all.
No, he actually gave me this. I still don't know where it is right now. I think it's in the bedroom, but a little box of guitar picks, and the box is in the shape of a casket. And it had like all his names and everything on it.
That's badass.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Mark Schaefer said he gets to meet Shatner next month, $120 per autograph.
I am not surprised by Augie's comment at all.
Damn, man.
What his favorite thing about being in space, and he said seeing his own reflection in the glass.
What a dick.
That is quite a dick move right there, yes. Wow.
He's something, man. I mean, I'm not going to say too much, but it was, I'll be honest, it was the longest 3 hours of my life.
Oh, I bet.
I didn't know that about Shatner, but I got to tell you, one of the things that I hate hearing the most about celebrities are the celebrities who say not to make eye contact.
Oh yeah.
Like, who the hell are you? I mean, it's just so disgusting to me to think that somebody thinks so highly of themselves that you can't connect eyes.
That wasn't him that told us that. That was his management team.
Yes.
Like, yeah, so you're gonna be working his table. You're gonna make sure he has everything he needs. Make sure if he needs anything, just go and get it from him. And they said we have 3 rules: don't look him in the eye, don't be standing ahead of him, and it's just all that other crap, man. It's like,
yeah.
Wow. And some of the celebrities I met, like I met Margot Kidder, nicest woman in the world. I went to get her coffee, right? And her coffee order was like 1 milk and 2 sugars. Well, if anyone's we have a Canadian version of Starbucks. It's called Second Cup. If anyone's ever been to a Starbucks, they got like 50,000 brands of sugar. They got white sugar, black sugar, brown sugar, all this stuff. Yeah. So I grabbed 2 bags of each, put it in a little bag, and I went to her and I took the cream because I figured, she could mix it herself, right? And she handed me a 50. I got her change. I gave the change back to her. Woman grabs my hand here, grabs it up here, and starts shaking violently, thanking me. And it's like, it's cool. It's just a medium cup of coffee.
Yeah.
But sweet woman. Tony Todd, that's another guy. He a big boy. He tall. I handed him a bottle of water, and I got tiny little hobbit hands. So to me, a bottle of water looks really large. I handed it to him, and it looked like an eyedropper.
Nice. Let's see. Quick Draw said that's the same rules when you're in the Congo seeing the gorillas. Don't make eye contact. So, Randy, I know you have a lot of stuff. Do you have a Shatner autograph?
Yes, I do.
You do? I figured
he was. Even to the guest, he was the same way. He didn't really want to talk to you. He rushed you on. It was he wasn't very friendly.
So remember, Jeremy, don't speak to him. Keep your head down. Just hold your stuff out.
He's
Hold
90.
his hand and walk off.
He's like 92 years old. I can whoop the shit out of him.
Well, he's going to go and they're going, "Hey, Bill."
Yeah, right.
No. You really want to get under his skin because he was doing a Q&A. So when you volunteer, you can get into the Q&As for free, but you're usually standing in the back, right? And I was talking to another guy. I said, I dare someone to ask him what's better, accepting stock and Priceline or not getting paid or getting paid. Because at the time he had accepted a bunch of stock and Priceline instead of being paid. The company went under and they basically got like 3 years of free advertisement out of him. And yeah.
You said Tony Robbins, one of my favorite, I think it was a Jack Black movie or something, but he was he was like, it's like shaking hands with a bunch of bananas.
Yeah.
Go to the store and just grab a big bunch of bananas. That guy's huge.
Peter Mayhew was a nice guy too. The convention was over and he sat at his table because it's funny when you think about these guys. This is like before like all the new Star Wars crap came out, and he sat at his table for like 2 hours shooting the shit, just shooting the shit, talking, being really cool, being asking people what are you doing after the convention, just really really sweet guy. And it was painful to watch him like get up and walk because you knew that every step for that man, because of his height and the way he was, that it was excruciating. But he didn't let anybody know on. He would stop, like people would stop and say, "Hey, hi, you're Peter," and he would stop and, clearly struggling to stand up and still have a conversation with people. Yeah. That is a good person. That is a person that respects the fans and doesn't treat them as a commodity.
Yeah, exactly. So, if you could meet anybody, who would it be? What's one person you haven't met that you would love to?
Franchise kicks.
Only to ask him what he does with the big giant bucket of adult toys that he has, apparently, that he talked about in one of his videos. He's like, I buy these pallets and I get these personal massagers and I just toss them in a bucket. I'm sitting there going, how many buckets and how do you explain that to your kids?
How big a bucket is that?
Yeah.
Is that like trick or treat at his house or what? I don't know.
Yeah. Just oh my God. Or is it's like a giveaway when you go to their house and go, congratulations. Here, have a bucket of.
No, nobody leaves without something from the bucket.
It's like when you go to Red Lobster as a kid and you get to pick something out of the treasure chest. But if you pick somebody who I'd want to see, oh God. I've met a lot of people. I have a few autographs, mostly pictures, because when you're working as a volunteer, you can't ask for autographs. Let's see. I've met most of the actors that have played Jason. I met Freddy Krueger. I met the gentleman who played Pinhead. I got his autograph in the other room.
Doug Bradley.
Yeah. I also got Clive Barker's autograph too. Shit, dude, that's a good question because a lot of the people I want to see and the people that now are we talking alive or dead? Like currently alive? That's a short list.
Either,
Yeah.
Because most of mine would probably be people who are already passed on.
Yeah. Because if I had to pick somebody who passed on, I already met him, but I'd like to meet him again. Was Gary Guy X. He was a really cool dude. I have his autograph. He autographed my Advanced Dungeons and Dragons book. For anybody who's curious, Gary Guy X was the gentleman who came up with D&D. He started the company as TSR, came out with Dungeons and Dragons, came out with Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, and then the company was basically taken out from under him. Like he had a big career, had a big life, and everything just got taken out from under him. And he used to show up these cons with his own stuff that he had done with his wife and his daughter, and I think it was his daughter. Anyways, sweet guy. Like completely took time to talk to people, and he wasn't a guest. He was running a booth.
Wow.
Yeah. And I had a book I wanted him to autograph, and he's like, yeah, sure, I'll autograph. I said, really? How much? He goes, nothing. So I bought something from his table because I felt bad. But
yeah, that's cool.
Probably him again. Good conversationalist and fun guy to talk to.
Yeah. Nadia said she met Michael Rooker. I think that would be cool.
Yeah, he was at the Fan Expo one year. Man, that man's got showmanship. His voice, you can hear him over a crowd, no problem.
Oh, yeah. I didn't realize who he was until Big Easy and I, over on our other channel, Let's Chat, we spoke with Hinderless 22, and that's actually Michael Rooker's cousin.
Oh, really?
And we started joking around, that we're gonna go. And he's like, yeah, he's always down here visiting. We're like, holy cow, and it was small world that all of our worlds collided that weekend, and it was pretty cool.
Well, it's like years ago. Okay, so you guys know Kevin, Jason Mewes and Kevin Smith, right? Everyone here, pretty years ago, they were filming episodes of Degrassi Junior High, which was like a Canadian high school sitcom type deal, right? It was like a 1-hour show. And apparently he was a huge fan of it. And it was like and he got to direct a few episodes. Well, my cousin Alan at the time worked for a company that was actually renting camera equipment to the company that was filming. And so my cousin goes, hey, if you can I was in Toronto at the time. He's like, hey, if you can get to XYZ place, Kevin Smith's holding court. He's got a bunch of people here. We're all we're all just shooting the shit, eating food and talking. We're going to be here for a couple hours. I was like, done. I'm at my grandmother's. So I hop on a train. I get across town. I get there. I get to the place. And there he is with Jason Mewes and a bunch of other guys and just shooting the shit. It was cool.
Awesome.
Yeah. and of course, I'm there like an idiot. One time that I actually get starstruck, I'm like just staring at him. He's like, hey, you okay? Yeah, dude. It's just never thought I'd ever get to see you. I mean, he's like, you're a little young to be watching my stuff. I'm like, yeah, I probably am. Then he's like, what's your favorite movie of mine? I went, you're probably going to hate this, Chasing Amy. He's like, why? I said, I know people that have been in situations like that where it's like they're infatuated with somebody only to find out that they're not. And you get to sit there and watch their whole emotions go.
Nice. Michael Rooker and Scott Wilson did a battle to see who signed the most volunteer shirts, Nadia said.
Yeah, I could see that.
It's pretty cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. We really don't have, I mean, Jeremy's talking about the one in Kansas City, but where I'm at, we really don't have big conventions like that. I'd have to go to St. Louis or Kansas City or something to do one, but kind of my goal this year is to hit one of them somehow. So,
well, I recommend in your lifetime, if you can, go to one. But my recommendation to you is pick something close to you and something that's like one day just to get a taste for it. Because I know some people, they're into the geek lifestyle. They like the science fiction. They like whatever their flavor is, whatever they like, but they can't handle the crowds.
Oh
yeah. Here's an example, not fan related, but I used to love Boxing Day. Okay. Now I don't know if I know Melky, you have it in your neck of the woods, right?
Day after Christmas.
Yeah, after the day after Christmas. It's like when all the sales are. And back in the day, it was kind of like Black Friday for us. And I used to go to downtown Toronto to the Eaton Center. Eaton Center is the biggest mall in Toronto. At the time, I'm 5'4", but as a teenager, obviously I wasn't much taller. And when you're in a crowd where you can't see anybody, like you can't see over, and you can't see the walls, and the only thing you see is the ceiling.
Yeah.
I never want to do that again. So now, So I recommend go to a smaller convention, see if you like it before you go to the big ones, because I've been on the Fan Expo, been at the Fan Expo on a Saturday, and it's like ridiculous. Not to mention, as I get older, I mean, when it comes to this is just a pet peeve. Using public washrooms at a convention is like the greatest way to walk away with like an extra prize.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I guarantee that.
Yeah. For me, it's hard to go to conventions because I live in Scotland and most of the decent ones are down south in England. So, you can drive the whole of the UK in one day anyway. So it's not like it's that much of an issue. But
yeah,
for me where I live, like to get public transport back to because I don't drive. So to get back to my home, I have to be in my neighbour town by 10 p.m. It's impossible, So I have to do it for like a weekend or something. Go down to London or Liverpool or somewhere like that, because we just don't have any in Scotland, any decent ones.
Well, I think there's one in Blackpool, but I mean, I don't know how far you are from there.
Yeah, it's about halfway.
Well, They're doing Star Wars Celebration in London or somewhere this year, I think.
Yeah.
I saw yesterday somewhere. I don't remember where it was, but I think it's over. It's in England someplace.
Yeah, it'll be down in London.
If you feel comfortable, there's another thing that also happens with conventions. If you go onto a Facebook group that is dedicated to that convention and you put down that you're looking for a room, there's a lot of people that will get together and rent like a hotel room.
Yep.
Keep in mind when you do this, and I'm not you're going to have the rule is the more personalities in a room, the more personalities in a room and the smaller the room, the better the chance of a fire starting.
Oh yeah.
So just remember that, because I remember a friend of mine. He's like, "Yeah, I got a great deal on a room. It's only $50 for 4 nights." And I was like, "That doesn't sound right." He's like, "Oh, it's only 6 people." I was like, 6 people? How big's the room? He goes, "I don't know, but they promised me a bed." Yeah, you know what the bed was? It was the couch cushions off the couch, and the other guy was sleeping on the couch without the couch cushions. And I'm going, somebody got screwed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. But yeah, I would say start with a small convention. If you're looking for a place to stay, go to the conventions and like go into the site and say, "Hey, look, I'm looking to share a hotel room. Is anyone interested?" And then meet and then suss it out appropriately. I mean, a lot, like Nadia said, some of the conventions. I'm lucky. I'm in Hamilton, so I have Toronto, which is a 45-minute drive north, and if I want to go to Niagara Falls, it's about an hour south.
No, so you're pretty located then, yeah.
Oh yeah. And it's all by train, thank God, because buses are ridiculous.
Tell me about it.
Big Easy says Jeremy doesn't want to see anyone outside of his house. Well, based on the fact that I've blown him off a couple of times recently, and I apologize, Big Easy, you might start getting the impression that I don't want to see people even in my own house. I do apologize, Big Easy. We'll get together soon.
Umpty said the only convention I want to go to is one where I can meet all the people in the community. I want to buy a camper van and go on the road, but it probably won't happen. I could see Umpty traveling the world in a VW bus. I just can't.
Covered in all his stickers designs.
Oh yeah,
all his stickers.
Chuck everywhere.
Chuck on the window, just like hanging out.
Yeah.
My cousin just recently fixed an Econoline, a 1964 Econoline van. It's the one where they had if anybody knows what an Econoline van looks like. Well, this Christmas I didn't have a place to sleep. So they took the bed out of the Econoline and put it into my cousin's office. I appreciate the sentiment, but yeah, I literally the first night I got home, it was like I need to sleep in my bed. My back sounded like just cracking. It was so bad.
Oh yeah, I bet. Yeah.
So
hold on, Jeremy. Here you go. Oh.
Now, guys, if you take a screenshot of that, you could just change that white paper, make it white, and put whatever you want on there now.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Milky's already on the case, I'm sure.
That's what I did, because really it says, "Go F yourself, Biggie." No.
You might want to add a comma in there for clarification.
Yes.
Punctuation matters.
Punctuation matters.
Well, it's like that old joke, "Let's eat grandma."
Exactly. We did have a question in the chat. Anthony Blaze asked, and this is going to get into our next subject, Ghostbusters. Who is your favorite Ghostbuster?
And why?
I'd have to say I more side with Venkman, just because I am a smartass by nature. But I know to walk that thin line between being a smartass and being disrespectful. Like I've done similar situations at work where it's like you're just on the edge, but not enough that they're going to pull you back and go, "What the hell were you thinking?"
Nice.
I must say, I love your wit. You're very fast.
Oh, thank you.
I hung out with you for Super Bowl, and that was probably one of the first times that we'd actually properly interacted, and I was just blown away with how quick you were coming up with these things. And it was like, dude, that dude's really funny, and it's just been observant of the conversation and adding a little bit to it, I suppose. But yeah, Anthony Blaze is shouting at us now. I have a question for Sean. Who is your favorite Ghostbuster? Which you've just answered.
Yeah. So, the last one they had, Afterlife. I haven't seen it. I mean, spoiler alert, I haven't seen a movie, you know.
Come on.
But I did see on Instagram, I think it was yesterday, that they're already going to make a second one, and it's supposed to be out this year somehow.
Well, so their original game plan is to have it out in December. They're currently filming in a soundstage in London because someone was like, "Oh, the whole story is going to be in England." I went, "No, they just showed a soundstage and they're rebuilding the." Okay, so understand something. The firehouse, there's hook and ladder number, I think it's number 8, New York City. That's the exterior shot. The interior is actually a firehouse in Los Angeles. That firehouse, ironically enough, is being torn down and turned into something else. So they don't have that interior anymore, right? So what they did, so everything apparently is in Melky's neck of the woods, and all the shots are interior shots of what the firehouse used to look like. They're rebuilding it in a soundstage. So I was trying to explain to someone, it's like, you do realize that the reason they're doing this is so that they can do the interior shots inside the firehouse. The whole story is about the firehouse. So,
yeah,
you know, and I'm willing to bet too. Sean makes, God, fuck. Get help, buddy. Get help. But that's the only thing. I mean, it's a closed set. Nobody's getting on, and they're not filming on the streets. I think the only thing they had on the streets was the Ecto 1, and that was like for a hot hour or two. And of course, you know, enough pictures showed up on Instagram going, "Oh, they're filming in here. They're gonna no."
Oh yeah,
they're just putting a car in a soundstage, and people are gonna walk around it. And I'm willing to bet there's probably not even an engine in it.
Probably not.
Yeah, I fell for that. Someone told me they were filming House of the Dragon down in England. I went down. I didn't see any dragons.
I can see Milky on his roof with binoculars. Where's the dragon?
Yeah.
Why do I see some intern like in a green suit flapping his arms going, "Okay, just keep doing that. Keep running." Are we going to use that? No. I just want to see if you do it.
If that was the case, Milky would apply right now. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Just wear a dancer's belt, buddy. That's all I ask. That's a content peeve. Okay, so if you're going to dress as Deadpool, Spider-Man, anybody in a skin-tight bodysuit, does not matter your gender, go on Amazon, buy a dancer's belt. I do not need to know who you are as a person below the waist, okay?
There you go.
Well, I'm dressing up as Deadpool for 1K.
Oh, okay.
But I've already sorted all that out.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Nice.
Sorry, I've been there were 1 year I took. Okay, this is actually gonna be funny. So you guys know who the Baroness is from G.I. Joe, right? So I'm with my friend Morgan, really good friend of mine, and I had a Nikon D80. It was like almost at the time the top of the line camera. I was really proud when we were taking, and he was. I let him wear the camera for a while, take pictures, and there was these two people dressed as the Baroness, and he kept staring at them because they're tight, you know, dressed in skin tight vinyl, and you know he's a young 20-year-old in college, so you could put two and two together. So he's staring at them, and I said, "Hey Morgan, what? You want to get a picture of them?" He's like, "Really?" I said, "Excuse me, can my friend get a picture with you in your costumes?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And they were really quick to answer. So he stands up and there's a picture of him and he's got his hands on either side and they're smiling and doing their sexy pose. And he takes the picture and walks away. And I look and I lean over and go, "You know, those were guys." He's like, "What?" "They're guys." He's like, "What do you mean?" I said, "Look at the hips and the shoulders. They're guys." And he looks and he goes, No. And then this person comes over and goes, "Excuse me, can you tell me the time?" And Morgan's like, yeah. And he pulls his phone out and he gives the time and he goes, "Why would you do that to me?" I said, "Because now we have a picture to remember this moment."
That's what I like to call a little blackmail.
Not even that. It's just every so often it's like he'd make up some comment and be like, "I don't know, I got a picture to prove otherwise."
Yep. Quick Draw said, "I bet Slimer is in the containment unit."
Well, possibly, because don't forget, at the end of Ghostbusters 2, now granted, it's not exactly canon, but he flies around the statue. Okay, so at the end of the original movie, the second movie, there's supposed to be an extended scene where Statue of Liberty is back where it's supposed to be, and they're getting the key to the city, and everybody's happy. And then Slimer does a 360 around the Statue of Liberty and flies towards the camera. So, who knows? I mean, at the end, I'm curious what the storyline's going to be. I mean, I'm so glad that Ernie Hudson's finally getting, you know, a little respect, considering the fact that when they filmed the first one, they basically cut him out of the. He's not on the posters. He was never in any of the. If you look up the original movie trailers, they never mention him. And he was supposed to be in the movie at the end of the first act. They didn't bring him in until halfway through the second act, and they cut his script was cut in half. So he was done dirty.
Wow.
Yeah.
So now they have Ghostbusters 1, 2. Is there 3?
Yeah, Afterlife is 3.
Okay.
Then this will be 4. Nobody really recognizes the all-female reboot.
Female cast, yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about that one.
And the reality of it is that okay, so I'm not a fan of Melissa McCarthy. My reasons are she's a one-note actress who plays the same character in everything she's in. I'm a loud, angry, fat person.
She's the female Ryan Reynolds?
Yep, she is. I agree.
Yeah, but you know what? I could put up with Ryan Reynolds because he's not yelling in my face every 5 minutes about how angry he is about stuff that doesn't matter. If he was, I'd be like, okay, I can't do this. But it came down to the fact that all the characters in the movie were hyperizations of personality types. Like you had the what's his name, Chris Hemsworth playing the himbo, like really playing it hard.
Yeah.
You had the what's her name, who was like the Egon equivalent, playing the Kristen Wiig. Kristen Wiig playing the the man hating intellect, which was a little over the top. Then you had what's her name, who was playing Winston's character. I can't think of her name right now. She was like this two-dimensional sass talking. I know everything about New York because I live in the city, which I think anybody who's lived in any city for longer than 10 years has a good grasp of what's going on. And then
I'm thinking that was Queen Latifah. Is that right?
No. Leslie Johnson. Yeah.
Okay.
And like I said, Melissa, the other girl, I can't think of her name right now. And then Melissa McCarthy, she just is like 5 minutes of watching the movie with her, and I'm going, I can do this. I paid money for this. I will, I will get to the end of this movie.
Yeah.
It's like Jeremy with Halloween Kills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all have that. We all have that one that we hate.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. Remakes of movies have not really fared well. I mean, you have remakes of, you have Dune, you have Ghostbusters. Watch Conan. I mean, I watched it recently, the remake again, and it was like, it's hard to believe Jason Momoa played Conan, and this did so nice hands, buddy. And it's hard to believe that movie did so bad. Just I can't think of it. I'm sure there's a few other remakes out there that have done the Freddy Krueger, when they redid Freddy, that was bad. That movie was horrible. And I went with somebody who was a huge Freddy fan, and they're like excited, like, "What'd you think? Wasn't it great?" And it's like, yeah, buddy, it was wonderful. I enjoyed every minute of it. I'm so glad I spent money on this.
Yeah, it's like being a huge Star Wars fan and then going and seeing the new ones.
Right, Ryan?
Yep. Right. Yeah, I just watched all 9 of them, and the new ones are at the bottom of the pile.
Yep.
Yeah. Exactly.
Jesus.
So, Scream 6. I know. Randy probably went and saw it. Yeah,
I did.
Take my good hand.
These go well with
scary movie.
Charles's hands last week in the live. You just kind of stand up and go.
There it is.
There it is.
So yeah. Scream 6, is it worth the money to go see? What do you think?
I liked it. The last 10 minutes of it was a little bit, but the rest of it was pretty good.
I've heard the same things. Pretty good opening, pretty good middle, but the end struggles.
Yeah.
Plus, it's a great franchise. I mean, I'll never regret watching Halloween Ends. It's just the worst movie I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
So, Scream, you have to see it if you're a horror fan.
Yeah. I guess I'll have to go watch 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 first.
I don't know. I like you see, I've watched Scream movies and I don't mind them, but I like the supernatural horror. I like, I like Pinhead. I like Freddy, Jason to a certain extent. Michael Myers at this point, I mean, yes and no, because they've never really confirmed whether he was super. Well, sorry, there was I think it was I forget what sequel was, but they tried to make him supernatural and then they kind of retconned it out. So, but the point is, I like the idea of the supernatural because, to be honest with you, I have a hard time with any movie where they just take an average person and because that person just happens to be really good at what they do, they think they're supernatural.
Right.
Yeah. You know.
Yeah, slashers aren't for me. I watch them, but they're not scary at all. Like,
yeah.
I don't put them in the horror genre. I know it's blood and that's why it's in there, but for me, that's not a horror movie.
My friend calls it gore porn.
Yeah.
Because it follows a certain, it has a certain crescendo and steps. Which is fine. I mean, there's lots of movies like that. There's, look at the Hostel series. I mean, Jeepers Creepers kind of crosses that line between the supernatural horror and gore porn because once you know what the monster is and what's his weakness, he's not as scary as he was when he was hiding in the shadows and coming out and taking people out.
So I genuinely like both very much, and it's what I don't get caught up in and what I get in arguments with other people about is like the latest Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The latest Texas Chainsaw Massacre was absolutely fantastic, but it was just because it was over the top and gory and just disturbing and all of those things. But it didn't follow any part of any storyline ever made for Leatherface. And so a lot of people have real big problems with that when I just looked at it as an individual movie and thought, damn, that was really cool. So,
just to touch back on what we talked about earlier, I thought the same thing about Ghostbusters 2016. I went in taking it as its own work of art. The sad part is that I couldn't do that. Afterwards, I walked out and went,
Yeah, I watched the Scream 1 very recently, and I like you all know I do the breakdowns now, and I get more entertained. Like you probably don't even realize, or maybe you do, but there is so many other movie references in that first movie.
Oh yeah,
there is literally hundreds, and even the subtle moments of like Jason's music playing in the background when she is near the it's crazy. So I look out more for that than I do the storyline and everything that's happening in it. But Big Easy's comments there, that's a great one.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I think the only horror movie that ever affected me, and it's not because it was a horror movie, but because it plays on anxiety and not so much fear, was the Final Destination movies.
Yeah.
Like I live
behind those trucks every week when I'm on the road. They literally drive past my house every day.
Absolutely. The log
or I live downtown with fire escapes. Do you know how many times I fire escape? I'll just walk around.
Those and the ones that really get me are like The Strangers, because that's a real life thing that can happen. Like somebody can just show up at your door and terrorize the crap out of you. Now, like Big Easy, I mean, I wouldn't do that at Big Easy's house. But in other houses that aren't quite as heavily armed, it would be terrifying.
Yeah. Exactly.
I gotta tell you, Mitchie and I watched a movie the other day that is literally still disturbs me, and it was almost a week ago. And I can't even put it into words. It was the most disturbing, most disgusting, best, worst, awesome, horrifying movie I've ever seen in my life. It absolutely is number 2 behind The Exorcist. And I only say number 2 behind The Exorcist because I can't not rally for The Exorcist. And I don't recommend anybody watch it. You will have a better life if you never watch this movie.
What's it called?
Martyrs. It's called Martyrs. Yeah. And if you watch it, don't judge me for saying what I just said. But it was fantastic.
You mean this?
Nice. Yep, absolutely.
When I got her autograph, she used to do professional horseback riding, like jumping. So when I went up to her, I said, "So do you still compete with horses and do horse jumping and horse shows?" And she's like, she literally stops for a second and goes, you see me compete? Yeah, I have. When you were like here in Toronto at the exhibition grounds. She's like, "Oh, And she starts talking to me about her farm and her horses and what, and all this other stuff. And somebody comes up to get it off her. She goes, why don't you just step around to the side? We'll continue this conversation. So she would talk to somebody and then come back to my conversation. And we talked for about like 20 minutes. And I said, well, I really need to get going. She goes, well, thank you. You're the first person who actually, it was like, okay, cool.
Yeah. Awesome. I'm sure that celebrities like it when you relate to them on a more human level than just their characters in a movie.
Oh yeah.
You only have 10 questions every day of the same damn thing,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like I watched an interview with Brad Pitt the other day, and they asked him what he didn't like hearing the most from fans or something like that, and he said, I don't really have anything that I don't like, but he said, I hear what's in the box all the time from Seven. And I'm like, I guarantee that man can't go anywhere without somebody going, what's in the box?
Yeah. The guy who played Biff from Back to the Future actually has an acoustic song about questions he doesn't like. That he's tired of getting asked. And it's like, what's Michael J. Fox like? Well, we talk occasionally. He's a nice guy. What's, what's Christian Glover like? He's like, well, I worked with him. That's all I can say,
Yeah. Yeah, I imagine there's got to be some. Yeah, I mean, somebody like Linda Blair, who had a fairly short career in Hollywood, but is incredibly well known for what she did do.
Oh yeah,
I can only imagine that she would appeal to or that it would appeal to her that somebody knew something outside of her Hollywood life.
Well, I did that with a lot of people. That's my main thing is I'll try to find. If I'm going to talk to somebody, I'll find something out about them that they, that I don't think people will ever ask. Actually, one cool guy I got to meet before he passed away was George Romero. He actually moved to Toronto, and I got him to sign a movie, and he had already signed the cover, and then he was about to sign the DVD, and I said, "Well, Mr. Romero," I said, "You already signed the case. That's okay." He goes, "You've been really polite to me. I'm going to give you 2 autographs. Charge you for 1."
Nice.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Welcome in, Andrew.
Hey, Andrew. Hey, buddy.
What up, Batman?
Hey, Andrew. What's like when they charge, let's say, $50 for an autograph? What do they make off of that? Do you know? I'm sure they don't get it all, but
from what I've been told by other guests, now keep in mind I haven't worked with guests in close to a decade, but back in the day, I was told by one guest that basically how it works is that the convention comps the room to a certain point, and they have to pay for their table. Or they'll basically it's kind of like a 50-50 in some cases. Some guys will actually just call up the convention and say, "Hey, look, I notice you have guests. I'd like to be a guest," and they will say, "Okay, fine." And that person has to pay a percentage to the convention for them to advertise and to give them a table, and then anything they make they get to keep, just like a vendor would. Now, bigger names, I'm sure they probably do more for, like, here's a hotel room and, here's the floor. In exchange, all we ask is that, you go on your social media and pump and advertise us. Because let's be honest. Yeah. Which I think is a fair deal. Like Ernest Borgnine, that was he was one of the guys I talked with, and he's like, yeah, my manager said, how would they were filming the first Red movie, which some of it was filmed in Toronto apparently, and his manager said to him, "Hey, how would you like to do a convention? You're going to be here for a week anyways." And he was like, "Yeah, sure. It sounds like fun." And he didn't pay for anything. He's like, "Yeah, all the money I make today goes in my pot, gets split between me and my manager." Yeah. And he was, so.
I heard that Shatner was going around to all the nursing homes and talking it up. So
chatting with, making sure,
He was really doing just for the pudding.
Yeah.
Big Easy said depends on the person. Kevin Eastman charges $10,000, 2 first-class tickets, and the hotel, but the convention gets all the auto sales.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, Kevin Eastman is at every single con.
Yeah.
Every con.
Yeah. Seems like it.
Interesting. I didn't know that. I just know that some of them, like, everyone has a different deal. It depends on who you're with, I guess. Yeah. I mean, don't forget. I mean, there's also some guys that go in there that aren't even they're celebrities, but they're not even on the guest list, and they'll buy a table at like Artist Alley and sell autographs. I mean, there's been a few of them like that. You guys know who the Iron Sheik is, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he lives in Toronto. He's always at conventions. What's the Pink Ranger? Amy, I can't remember her last name right now. The one who played the original Pink Ranger. She lives in Toronto. She'll literally just stand outside because she plays acoustic guitar in her Power Ranger outfit and play the acoustic guitar and sign autographs and literally just street bust and make cash. So it all depends on who you are. I mean, the last year I worked as a guest, not a guest, sorry, worked with guests was when Roddy Piper was there, and I worked his line, and my dad was a huge fan of his, right? Because, you know, he did the whole Scottish gimmick. My father was from Coatbridge, Scotland. So my dad would, you know, anything that was Scottish, you know, AC/DC, that he was, you know. And so I talked to him and I said, yeah, it's a shame my father's not around anymore. He was a huge fan of yours, sir. You know, him and I talked and we were joking around because I can tell you some of the outrageous stuff. Like I had a guy my size dressed as Harry Potter who cut line and then said to me, you need to take me seriously. And the absurdity of the situation of this man dressed like this, telling me, yelling in my face, I need to take him seriously while he's wearing glasses with no lenses and waving a wand at me, screaming and going, I'm sorry. There's my limit of putting up with that was like right here, and you're just inching above it.
Yeah.
And I told his manager that, and his manager was like laughing, and he goes, did you hear this? And he tells him, and so I worked his line for the whole con, and it was Saturday night. Now, just to give you guys an idea, the convention is in the middle of Toronto. I was staying in Scarborough, which is a 30-minute train ride east of Toronto at my aunt's place in the guest house. So I'm leaving, and they're like, so where are you going? I said, I got to catch a train and go back over to Scarborough. I'm staying at my aunt's place. And I said, I'll probably get some dinner there. He goes, well, we're going for dinner. I said, oh, okay, cool. Oh, you know, enjoy your night. I'll catch you tomorrow. He goes, no, we're going for dinner. Grab your stuff. So there's me, Roddy Piper, his manager at, now it's gone, the Lone Star Steak Grill, which was like the go-to place for the convention, shooting the shit for like 2 hours, and they paid for my meal.
Wow. Nice
guy.
Nice.
And of course, I'm feeling guilty. It's like, what do you want? I'm like looking for the cheapest thing on the menu, and that place is not cheap. It's like, I'll have a glass of water, and I think I'll have a breadstick. Breadsticks look good, right?
Yeah, I have 4 croutons, please. Thank you.
Yeah.
It must be something with you Canadians and wrestlers. You know, Nadia gets to meet Kevin Owens and gets wrestling tickets, and you meet all these, you know, going to dinner with Roddy Piper. I mean, come on.
Also through the same form of like volunteering at conventions, though. So that's the secret sauce, isn't it? Volunteer at conventions, and you get to do all this.
It's not so much that. Here's the thing. There's the old adage: you can get more flies with sugar than you can with vinegar, or honey. Sorry, you can get more flies with honey than you can with vinegar, and it's the same with anything. Like these guys. I don't bug them about their career. I don't bug them about what they've done. I'll talk to them. I'll treat them like regular human beings. And I don't know. I internalize my excitement when I meet somebody that I really like, because I don't want to be that
fanboy.
Yeah, it's cringy. Like, again, my friend Morgan, the one who, that picture we talked, he met, Red versus Blue. He met the voice cast, and he literally, okay, so granted, they don't do this anymore, but the people that were signing autographs were on a podium, and then they were sitting in chairs. So when you go to get their autograph, you were like looking up at them, you know, and he stood there and he's like, I said, this is my friend Morgan. He really likes your stuff. He watches it every day, and we go to college, and I can tell you for a fact, he does not stop talking about you guys. And Morgan goes, yeah, I'm a fan. I said, and I think he wants an autograph, but he can't get the words out. He's like, I want an autograph. And he hands him the money, and then they're talking to him, and he's just like, and he walks away and goes, I was a complete embarrassment, was I? I said, no, you weren't. You're fine, buddy. Just
I'm sure that happens more than you think. People go up there and they're like, oh, yeah.
But that's just who I am. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've met people at the Fan Expo that I was a huge fan of, and I kind of regret meeting them. Like, you know the expression, never meet your heroes?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was going to be my next question. Have you ever worked with someone or met someone that you regretted meeting after you met them?
Well, it's kind of a
besides that Bill guy.
Yeah. It's kind of a twofold question. And the reason why I say that is being a volunteer, you're paired sometimes with people that you don't necessarily know or you like, but you're still polite to them, and you get to know them, and you get familiar with their work, and you like them, right? Then there are some people that you go as a regular person, and you talk to them, and you find out that they're not what you want. Like, for instance, I'm a huge Bruce Campbell fan. I love Evil Dead. I have most of the Evil Dead pops. I've seen the movies enough. I have the European poster, the regular poster, probably every VHS cut I could get my hands on of that movie. And then I met him, and I was treated like a commodity. Like, hi, welcome to hey, thank you for coming out. Yeah, I really love your work, sir. I remember, I love your, I tried to talk to him, and he's like, yeah, thank you. Anyways, thank you for coming out. Next. And I was like,
yeah,
okay, cool. And I looked at the autograph, and I was grateful for it and thankful for it. But I walked away, and I went, are you serious? Like, and then there's some people I've met that, I didn't know who they were, but they were amazing people. Like, for instance, Tony Todd. I had no idea who the hell Tony Todd was. Right? Like, once I realized who he was and what he was in, and I'd seen some of his movies, but he was like the sweetest guy ever. Like, just completely nice, very soft spoken, very, very gentle. And then there are some celebrity. So if I had, to give you the answer to the full question, Bruce Campbell followed by William Shatner, from a volunteering standpoint.
Yeah.
Because
no, go ahead.
No, what were you going to ask?
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was done.
I was going to ask Randy. I mean, I know you go to a lot of cons and stuff. I'm going to ask you the same question. Have you ever met someone that after you were done, you're like, why did I do that? Did it ruin it, like, for you as that person or that character, or
Yeah, I would have to say William Shatner too. Yeah.
Wow.
I used to be a big, Star Trek fan, but yeah.
Yeah. Which is funny because I've met Patrick Stewart, and I worked one of his lines. Nicest guy on the fucking earth, man. Like, seriously, talking to him made you feel like you were talking to your boss. You ever have that boss that talks to you like an equal? Like, he didn't talk down to anybody. He was really nice. We shot the shit. I mentioned some places across the pond where my dad came from, and he goes, "Oh, I'm familiar with that." And he said, "I've been through there and stuff." And I was working his table along with like a few other people, like Gates Fadden was there, and they were nice people. But I've also, same thing in the Star Trek universe. Actually, I take it back. Tim Russ was an asshole. Pure, unadulterated asshole. It's like as soon as he was, he wouldn't let people take pictures. Didn't talk to people while they were doing autographs. Barely looked at anybody. Just for the record, Tim Russ played Tuvok. And he was just a complete ass. Just, whew. And a friend of mine, much like yourself, who's a Star Trek fan, I told him, and he goes, "Really, Tuvok?" I said, "Yeah, dude." Like, I said, "Hey man, I like your work. I'll be working your table today. If there's anything you need, drinks, water, food, just let me know." He goes, "Yeah, I just need to do autographs. If I need something, I'll call you over." I was like, "Okay, cool, dude." Like, I'm not trying to be your new friend. I'm not trying to, go for drinks afterwards. I just trying to be nice.
Yeah, and probably Chuck Norris too. He was not very friendly either.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Now, I don't know if it was because I met him on a Saturday and he was there on a Friday and a Saturday, but yeah, he was kind of rush you through type too. I tried to talk to him. He's like, "Yeah, thank you," and
wow,
push me off. I was like, "All right."
Wow.
Tried to shake his hand. He didn't shake my hand.
Huh.
Yeah. He had two security guards right beside him.
Jesus.
Chuck Norris did. What does he need those for? Jeez.
Don't
He
know.
can take out the world with his finger. I mean,
Yeah.
The security guards were for you.
Yeah, that's probably,
Yeah.
But that's interesting because I've heard people say completely opposite for him usually.
I think BOP told a story about how nice he was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, it was his second day there, so he could have been. And oh my God, the line was like 2 hours. So.
It's funny you say that. I met Robert England last year at the Fan Expo. He was supposed to be in Saturday. His plane showed up Thursday. He showed up Friday unannounced and started signing autographs. Like just because he could have stayed in his hotel room and watched Netflix, but no, he came down and I didn't get to meet him until Sunday. Guy was nice as a human being. He's like, we were talking and shooting the breeze and he says, where are you from? I said, oh, you probably haven't heard of it. I said, I'm from Hamilton, Ontario. And he's like, oh, Hamilton. Yeah. I filmed a movie there in the 70s. And he's telling me like all the stuff about it. And I'm sitting there going, dude, cool. He's like, yeah, nice little place. And then he's like asking, he's like, is this restaurant still around? I said, oh yeah, it's still there. I said, Martin Short, when he comes into town, blows in there. He goes, oh, Martin. Yeah. I haven't talked to him in ages.
Yeah.
And he's talking to me like I know Martin Short. It's like, dude, I know of him.
Yeah. I know the name. That's about it.
Yeah. I'm not on a speed dial. We don't, he's not sitting there going, hey, what are you doing this weekend?
Exactly.
Being poor. What about you?
When I met him, he was pretty cool. I had him sign, his glove. He put it on for me. He took a picture.
Yeah.
Didn't charge me for the picture. Yeah. Freddy Krueger. He was cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Mark says he doesn't care about Shatner as long as he signs the pop before he kills. Now, Mark, think about this.
Maybe
if he's signing yours and then passes away, yours is the last. Saying it's worth more, right? I don't know.
That man has been dead for 20 years. The only thing powering him now is his ego.
and then Augie said Jeremy should get within earshot of Shatner and say, look, Big Easy, it's TJ Hooker.
I'll do that. I do that. 100%.
No, you're supposed to go, wait, where'd you win those Priceline commercials? Whatever happened to Priceline? Just act ignorant about it. Go,
are you really Kaylee Kuko's dad?
Yeah, do you have a coupon code for Priceline? Yeah. Quick draw said, in all fairness, the beard gets restless. It hasn't killed a man in a while, Randy. So, yeah, that's it. And Big Easy said, Randy, you smell funny like Taco Bell. Maybe Chuck doesn't like Taco Bell. I don't know.
Yeah.
Not related to the conversation, but I tried the Taco Bell pizza that you guys, on your side of the border rave about.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like an advanced interrogation tactic. Like I ate that thing, was willing to tell anybody anything just so I wouldn't have to eat it again.
Oh, I can't do them. I don't like them.
Like water, I would have gladly jumped up. Well, I would have gladly jumped on the table, threw the cloth over my head, and start dumping the water on me just so I wouldn't have to eat another one.
Well, they used to do that, but they got outlawed by the Geneva Convention.
Yeah.
What's
that? They pour Baja Blast all over you. Yeah. Big Easy said, anyone you meet that surprised you how cool they were?
Ooh. Trying to think now off the top of my head. Yeah. Okay. So at the Fan Expo last summer, they had some of the guys from The Boys there, and they had the guy that played Black Noir. Now, because at the time his character was still, in mask, and nobody knew who he was, they were filming here in Hamilton, and there's a cafe, like a little greasy spoon cafe called the Jet Cafe. And so I said, you guys film literally around the corner from me. And he's like, where are you? I told him what corner. I'm on the corner of King and Mary in Hamilton. He's like, oh, yeah, just around the corner from the Jet Cafe. He goes, yeah, I was eating there every morning. And I went, are you serious? He's like, yeah, why? I'm in there like once or twice a day, either getting because to be honest with you, their coffee's like 50 cents, which is cheaper for me to walk across the street and get my exercise than to actually make it myself.
Yeah.
So I said, that's weird. I probably walked by you more times than I can think of. And we were sharing local things, and he's like, yeah, follow my Instagram. If I'm in Hamilton again, just shoot me a message. And I'm like, okay, cool, dude. But
yeah,
I never did because it was like, that's kind of weird. But yeah, the guy who played Black Noir, he was cool. When I used to volunteer, I would say the coolest person that I got to shoot the breeze with was Kevin Servo. I didn't know that he had just had a child, so he was like really baby happy. Like everybody with a baby, he was like holding the kid and doing all these weird faces and getting the kids to laugh. And I didn't realize how much of a family man he was. And he was a cool guy. He was like totally chill. He's like, afterwards, he's like, hey, he was leaving and all the volunteers. He's like, I'm going to get food at the food cart. Does anybody want anything? It's like, no, dude, you're the guest. He's like, yeah, but you guys worked just as hard as I did. You deserved. Guy was never figured for him for that. Like, just cool guy.
That's awesome. I was trying to think. What's the Reading Rainbow guy? Is it Lamar Burton?
LeVar Burton.
Does he ever do?
Cons? Oh yeah, he does conventions.
Okay. He's
very intellectual. When you see him do panels and stuff and he talks, like obviously he's he's not an idiot, but it's just interesting to when you watch somebody on TV, you think you know the personality or the way they articulate their words and put things together. And then when you see them, in person, it's kind of, the opposite of certain things. Like I'm not going to say who, but I've met certain actors that they played intellectuals in their roles. And then when you see them talk on a panel, it's like, wow, it's like, there's nothing in there. It's just, they literally fill you up with words and put you on a stage. And then when you run out, they give you more. But yeah, he was a cool guy. Him and Brett Spiner, really, really, really animated people when they're working a room.
Yeah. How about I know Milky, you already have your Grail signed, but if you could get anything signed by who, what would it be?
Who? You asking me or Sean?
You, Milky.
Probably my Game of Thrones books by George R. R. Martin. Like the set, that would be nice.
And then ask him if he's ever going to finish it. Come on.
I'd like to, but I don't know, maybe.
I was saying this on my live stream yesterday. I watched an interview with him and Stephen King once, and Stephen King left him out to dry. He was like, they were asking, it's like, George, when are you going to finish the book? And he goes, well, it's a process, and you got to work on things, and sometimes you get writer's block, and I have other obligations and stuff like that. And he looks at Stephen King and he goes, Stephen, you know how it's like, right? And Stephen goes, no, I write like six books a year. And when I get writer's block, I just start writing another book. And then if I get writer's block on that, I go back to the book that I had previous. So I'm always producing something. I'm never sitting still. And then you just see Martin sitting there going with this awkward look on his face, thinking, a fellow writer was going to bail him out of this, round question. And he's just sitting there being left to dry.
That was probably in response to some disparaging words that he had said about Stephen King in the past.
Oh, probably.
And about how he was churning out 6 books a year instead of perfecting his craft like he does.
Yeah. And Stephen King can't get writer's block because he can take 28 pages to describe what your kitchen sink looks like.
I used to work at I worked in a bookstore, used bookstore for almost 8 years on and off. And I will give you that. If you ever want a really good read the unabridged version of The Stand. Don't read the whole book, but go to the part where they're going through the Lincoln Tunnel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It literally, I don't know how long the Lincoln Tunnel is, but each page is roughly a footstep.
Yeah. It's a fantastic book, but there's just parts. You can see why it could be half the size. Well, they made it half the size.
They did an unabridged version when they produced the original TV show. Miniseries. But I read the unabridged and for the record, that unabridged book, you could crush a small child with it.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, and I've read
first child with it.
I've read both.
Oh, you have?
I've read the abridged version first.
Okay.
And then went back later and read the unabridged when it came out, and I got through the unabridged faster than I did the abridged version. Because they cut so much out that the story became a little disjointed in places, and when the unabridged just fit all together, like the puzzle, you weren't missing pieces or trying to jam in pieces to make it fit.
Yeah,
but yeah, no,
still might be one of my all-time favorite books.
Yeah, I'll give you that. I remember the one book that I probably shouldn't have read it. I was like 12 and I read can't remember the name of the movie. It's the one with the the book. It's the one with the monkey on it, like the monkey with the symbols.
Yeah, I have that in the other room.
I can't think of it right now, but I remember reading that. And there's a part in the book where he's looking at his friends in the convertible, and they're all dead and they're under the water and they're laughing at him. And it was such a graphic detail that a young mind reading that before going to bed was like, well.
Monkey Shines, right?
Yeah, Monkey Shine. That was it. Yeah. It was like, well, I guess I'm never going to sleep. We'll this will be my life now. My mom's like the next morning, she's like, how are you? Fine. You look tired. No, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah. The first Stephen King book I ever read was in middle school, and it was because I found it laying in the hallway after school, so I picked it up and read it. And from that moment, I was hooked on Stephen King.
It's funny. That's the same book. That's the first Stephen King book I read in middle school, and my brother read me parts of it and terrified the crap out of us. And then so we picked it up and I finished reading it myself.
Well, I read The Shining because I thought it was creepy, and looking back on it, probably wasn't the wisest choice.
Yeah.
I saw The Shining though when I was like 8 years old. I mean, I was young, so I kind of a lot of those movies, a lot of the Stephen King movies I saw before I ever read, which I didn't like to do that, but
same thing.
My mum had them on the top shelf in her bedroom. You could never get to them, but we got to them eventually.
See, I did not watch most of the Stephen King movies because I always thought the books were better, and the fact that he hated The Shining so much was one reason why I never watched it.
Yeah.
I think honestly too, the other thing that drives me nuts about Stephen King movies is that he has a bit part in all of them, and the man is not an actor. So to see him with a seasoned actor acting is like, please don't. It's like, we gotta get to New York to save everybody. Yes, I do believe we should go to New York and to save everybody. Turn, look at camera left. No, Steven, no. Or if you watch his later works when he's, clearly he's just, he's gotten over his accident and he's hit sobriety. So he's still trying to find, he's still trying to discover his world through sobriety and having a head trauma. And you can tell that he's not in the scene. Like somebody's behind him with a stick poking him while another guy's holding cue cards to make sure he's staying on, watch the layers. You'll see what I mean.
Yeah. So. All right. Well, we've hit that mark. 20 minutes to go, or approximately. I thank you, Sean, for your time tonight. It's been awesome finding out about you, learning about what you're into and everything. Thank you very much. What have you got coming up on your channel? I know you just hit. We forgot to announce this, but you just hit 2,000 subs.
Yes,
that is amazing.
Thank you.
So, yes.
Congrats.
Long time in the making, definitely. Thanks to YouTube Shorts, I've been getting a lot of traction. Yes, actually, I'll mention that now just real quick. So thank you very much for putting it up in the top of the chat there. What do you call it? Marking it down there. I'm running a giveaway. Hold on, I'm just going to grab the one because there's way too many. I'll grab two, actually, because I can't hold them all. I'm giving away a complete set of the Jeffrey Giraffe as Harry Potter houses. I have all four here. They're all on the actually in a box. Basically, that giveaway is going to be taking place on my live stream this Monday coming up at 7:15 Eastern Standard Time. The link that is currently pinned at the top, if you click on that and watch the short, it's real simple. Watch the short, subscribe to the channel, and put in the hashtag. And yeah, basically, I will do a giveaway, and whoever wins that wins that. If it's somebody stateside, I will definitely try to throw in some Canadian treats because there's always extra space in the box. And for some reason, you guys seem to love ketchup chips and Poppy Crisp.
Well, if you can rig it so that I win, I can make sure you get some Iron Brew and stuff sent back. So.
Yeah. Just make sure it's in a plastic bottle because I have a feeling if it was in the can.
Yeah, they'll go first.
Wow, some British ants, great. I'll make sure not to take the Queen out.
She's already been took out, dude.
Too soon.
She's already been took out as the king now.
And what's that king's name?
Charles.
Really? Yes. I thought it was Chuck. I thought it was Chuck to his friends.
King Chuck.
Hey, Chucky, how's it going, buddy?
Ozzy said ketchup chips are gross. I don't know. I've never had them.
I agree.
I like them. They're my preference. I mean, that and salt vinegar and all the rest are pretty good. But yeah, like if you haven't subscribed to the channel, all I ask is, like I say in any of my videos, just give it a shot. If it's something you like, great. If not, I understand. Not to everyone's taste. But the giveaway is for everybody. It doesn't matter where you are, whether you're stateside or across the pond like Milky. I have no problem sending it out. Only stipulation is for people across the pond, I cannot do tracking because for some ungodly reason I could ship something to Milky and it's $20. But if I decide to put tracking on it, it's like
it goes bump up. Yep.
Yeah, it's like $80, and I don't know what magical or arcane system of numbers they're using, or if they have to rent the numbers out. But I don't want to. No, it's ridiculous. I asked the lady, she's like, "Why is it so much?" Well, because it's it's using international services, and I was like, I work in customer service. I know when someone's feeding me, pouring, pissing in my ear and telling me it's raining. I'm done. It's cool. Yeah. They'll just. But anyways, it's available to anybody who wants to go to take part. And if you don't like ketchup chips, that's fine. I'll throw in more chocolate bars. Chocolate's always easy, but yeah. And then I will most likely have a video coming out Saturday because this weekend, well, I actually have to film the video Wednesday because stuff happened. But video's coming out Saturday. Don't know what that video is going to be because I got a bunch of stuff behind me here. And then off to the Fan Expo, which I'll be doing little live streams from Instagram as I can.
Nice. Awesome. Can't wait to catch up on those for sure.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, they're fun. Something creepy about being in a convention hall on a Saturday before it opens and there's nobody. And in 10 minutes, that view that you see across the room is going to go. And their booth is right at the front. So when people come in, I'll have a view of the line as it goes by.
Nice. Awesome. Danny, how about you? What do you got coming up?
Well, I have a box here that I got from Canada that I really need to open.
Oh, yeah. I think I know what that is.
Yeah, from the Funko Muppet on his giveaway. It came in. So kind of interesting. We've had Canadian guests here, and I got a box from Canada. So I need to get that open for him and get a video out.
Awesome.
Nice.
How's the other channel going?
It's still going. Slowly growing. Putting up, shorts on it every day. I was on a pretty good roll there for a while, and I had a couple of duds, but we'll get it figured out.
Yeah. All right.
Wear the cat ears and get a low cut shirt. You'll be fine. Yeah.
Foxy, I don't know how to answer that question. I don't know. I guess you just have to feel them out.
Yeah, I read it 3 times and I still don't understand it.
Hey, don't kink shame him, okay? He's got his thing. He's living his life.
Yeah,
living his best life. Can't say, yeah.
Yeah, he is. That's for sure. Jeremy, what do you got coming up?
So we're gonna keep putting out more of the videos that are 2 years old to revisit values and collections and all that good stuff. Don't really know what else. Got a lot of whatnot auctions and stuff that we're going through and selling a little bit at a time. That's about it. I don't really know. Other than that, I think I'm going to go live, possibly live on Friday with I Want This Stuff to discuss current state of Funko part 5 or 4 or whichever one it is. And we'll go through there. And that's about what I got going on.
Awesome.
Cool.
Do you want to show off your Pokemon card?
Who, me or him?
Oh, here we go. Flexing.
Oh, wow. I mean, yeah, you got me beat.
The 3D coughing.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, that was fun to make.
It's pretty cool. I would never have thought to do that.
I think I'm going to do Corefish next, because I like the little crab guy. And then Soul Rock. Soul Rock looks pretty easy, so I'll do him.
Nice.
Huh.
Maybe the seal. And then I'll work my way up to something more difficult.
I got a question though. If I get you a bunch of these, could you do that with this?
Yeah, you bet.
Okay,
I'd
cool.
be happy to cut that out and carve it out with it.
And whatever he doesn't use, he'll send back.
I see him crying as he's doing it. Just
right.
He's weeping, and I'll make sure to somehow 3D it where it doesn't give off any kind of shadow.
There you go. Yeah, it has to be shadowless. Yeah, exactly. Randy, how about you? What do you got coming up?
Thursday, I have a video dropping. Dungeon and Dragons NFTs.
Okay, let's hope. Everyone pray right now. It's better than House of the Dragon. Okay,
it has to be, and keep going with the clickbait titles.
Yeah, it can't be worse.
Yeah,
right. And Sunday, be over at Headless because we'll be doing an autograph battle. That's my week.
Can't wait for that.
I don't know how you're going to have Milky judge that. Don't you feel like that's a little bit #rigged?
Well,
yeah, that's why I asked you how to grease the wheel.
Well,
Randy's my co-host too.
That's true. That's true.
But if you think about it, okay, so Headless is his co-host, but Randy did send his daughter over to Ryan, so
that's true.
Yeah, but Headless is coming up.
Thing. It depends on what he's doing with my daughter. So.
No comment.
Why do I get this feeling? Why do I get this feeling that there's going to be a shotgun involved, and I'm not sure on what side?
Oh boy!
And the Headless is making up the rules. So I don't know.
This is making up the rules.
Yep.
Well, my only rule I would add to that is bonus points if the person you got an autograph is no longer alive. Because that's a hard card to pull. Now, granted, I mean, the older you are, your chances are better, but like Kevin Conroy was supposed to be at the Fan Expo last summer, and then he passed away in the fall. Yeah. So I mean, that if I'd gotten my pop and plus somebody else's autograph, that
yeah.
So. Yeah, get one of those signed Kurt Cobain pops.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I got a Jimi Hendrix signed soda if anybody needs it. Yeah. Same.
Yeah.
I got it real cheap. Editor, what do you got coming up on your channel?
Nothing. Doom's done. It finished Monday.
Doom is done.
Doom is done.
So, how are you towards your 100 likes goal on that series? Do you know?
Like 20.
Yeah.
So.
But you had fun making the videos and editing them, and I know you said.
Oh yeah, it was a lot of fun. You can tell.
You learned a lot of stuff too. You said. Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell towards the end I was really getting the groove of it, and I was adding edits instead of just cutting a bunch. So yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Nice.
You got to throw in a lot of star wipes. That's where it's at, man.
I don't even know what that is.
Star wipe.
Star transition across the screen.
Yeah. It's basically
instead of... I make all my transitions from myself from scratch. I don't want to green screen anything.
With the best editing program out there, by the way, might I add.
I use Filmora.
Oh, sorry.
Hey! Look, I'm not an editor.
Neither am I. I'm a computer programmer.
Yeah. I went to school for robots. Okay, so I mean, until I can build a robot to edit for me, I'm going to take the easiest way out.
I have one of those.
Nice. So, do you have another series planned or already filmed or anything?
Nope. It ended at a bad time where I have finals and internships. So
damn.
Yeah.
Do you have an internship all summer or?
If I get one, it will be.
Okay. Nice.
All the best to you. I hope you get one, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Me too.
I was hoping to get a good one. I know when I got my in college, I was at City Hall, and the only thing I could get that was adjacent to was scanning blueprints into the database, like digitizing blueprints for the City Hall.
Oh,
And
good God.
I was in this sub basement that clearly had never seen light, with flickering fluorescent bulb in this room, and just
talking Macy's language.
Yeah.
I live in a basement, so I mean, I don't really.
Yeah, how did he get that job?
And AC doesn't see the light of day most often, so
right.
Nope.
I hated it, man. That job was so horrible because no cell phone signal. So any music I'd listen to, this aging myself, I had to have it on an old fashioned, like on an iPod with a speaker, just in case somebody rang the phone to call records. And if nobody picked it up on the third ring, I was supposed to pick it up and go, "Hello, City Hall Records. How can I help you?" and then run up a flight of stairs and try to find somebody in the main office.
Somebody's got a question.
Yeah.
What do I need to do?
Yeah. Well, because I'm digitizing, right? So I don't have any security credentials. I couldn't pull up anything. So
exactly.
You sound like you're describing a horror movie in a basement, flickering light.
Oh yeah. It was horrible. I had a friend come up to pick me up afterwards because we were going to catch a movie, and they let him come down to the basement. He's like, "Are you worried about being murdered in here?" I said, "I'd be lucky. I'd be the first one running into the knife going, thank you." Like that guy in Waterworld when the flare drops in the oil and he's like, "Oh, thank God."
Don't get any blood on the prints, please. Yeah. All right. Milky, what do you got coming up?
Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, Mando Talk, episode 3 with Headless Ned Stark. Sunday, I'm going to be refereeing the autograph battle with Randy and Headless at 7 p.m. Eastern. Monday on my channel, 9 p.m. because Sean always goes at 7 and I always regret missing it and we always clash and I don't like doing that, so I'm going to change my time to 9 on Mondays, and we're going to go consistently from that on 9 Eastern on Mondays. This Monday we are going to be talking about all of the shows that we've watched since me and Headless got together. So we're going to be, just a quick review of everything that we've watched, and then we're going to give everybody an update of the next 6 months of things that we're going to be watching. But I can let you know that it's probably, there's a couple of things. Clone Wars, we're diving into Clone Wars because we've just done the Star Wars stuff, and I still need to know about Ahsoka and all those kind of people before we get to the new shows. And Harry Potter's coming. And I have made a claim that if you think I was knowledgeable and knew my stuff with House of the Dragon, just wait till Harry Potter comes, because that's been part of my life since I was a child.
Nice.
You still are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Velcro.
Yeah, it's just Velcro. Yeah, it was a requirement to join a Horseman.
Yeah, you're only like 17. I know. So.
Yeah, and then basically that's about it. And then we'll be back again for Horseman next week. Not sure who will be hosting, but I know the week after that I should be, I believe. And then we'll have Johnny in on the 4th. No, so it's actually a couple of weeks away for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, my next one will be the 4th of April with Johnny and D. So we'll be staying in Canada for that.
All right, we'll be back in Canada.
Coming on. Nice. Moose Knuckle 5.
Nice. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sounds like
and if probably just going to throw all of his questions back at him that he asks everyone, because I think everyone on this panel has been on that show.
Yeah,
I believe so.
Danny
hasn't. No, Danny hasn't. We need to get Danny on. I think everyone else on. Danny and Ether.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, that ain't gonna work, mate.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, that's about it. Just hanging out, and you never know where I'll be, what I'll do. Sometimes I'll jump on a rando somewhere, or you never know. So I might even come join you on Saturday for a coffee, Charles.
Yeah, that was fun this past Saturday when you joined me. I know this week we'll have a guest as well, so it's gonna be fun.
Well,
cool. What about yourself? What have you got coming up?
We just dropped a video yesterday, the Pokemon trick or trade bag that we opened. Apparently, I had opened that bag before and taken 6 packs out and opened them. I don't know. It only had 34 packs in it, so we made a goal to, if we got the whole set, which is a whopping 30 cards, that we would give it away. And we opened 34 packs, only got 29 of the 30. So that sucked. Yes. But I had one in a box. So we have that whole set. We're going to give it away. All you have to do is go over on yesterday's video, hashtag Pokemon, leave a nice little comment, and we'll ship it to somebody. I did buy another bag of those off from Mercari last night for $3.23.
Yep.
Sealed.
Yep.
Damn.
So, I stole it.
Did you buy it from Jeremy?
Probably. Might have been my listing.
But I bought those. We might do it again. And this is a full 40. And I have 2 stacks laying down here of other cards from that set that I'm missing the same card from. So it must be one card.
So it shocks me because in the one that I opened, I completed 2 full sets plus almost 4, something like that.
Yep.
But was missing only like 1 or 2 cards from the others. There is one card that's harder, 1 or 2 cards that are harder to pull than the rest. And that must
be the one.
Yeah. I'm shocked that you didn't get 1 set complete out of it.
Yeah. But again, I was short 6 packs, 18 cards. It was probably in there, but I had fun making it. It's a little bit longer video for me, but I had fun. You could see my frustration just and my enthusiasm ramped down as it went.
Well, if you open those and you want some more, let me know.
Okay.
Well,
nickel a pack.
Okay.
Anything longer than 15 minutes on a video is difficult, especially if you're doing like a one take.
Oh yeah, it was just over 16, I think. Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah, you're at that threshold.
Oh yeah.
I did a 30-minute for Umbrella Academy, the wave 1, and I look back at it and I'm going, oh Jesus Christ, I should have broke that into 2 parts, because by the end I'm mixing up a name and I'm clearly like I'm forcing myself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm struggling with my edits because I'm in the movie stuff now, so I'm having to break down 2.5 hour, 3 hour movies to like 40 to 50 minute video reactions, and it's hard.
Yeah,
it's really hard to stay switched on because if I'm just watching myself at home and the cameras aren't on, I'm not very reactive. I'm just sitting, I'll take it in, you know.
Oh, yeah.
So then when the camera's on, I have to be a bit more energetic, and it's hard, but we're getting there.
Yeah. So we have that going. Saturday we will actually drop a 2 soda Saturday. I didn't realize until I think yesterday that I didn't drop one Saturday. I shot it, edited it, and never dropped it. So, whatever. It's already shot. We're ahead. Saturday morning, 9 a.m. Central, we'll do another Amazon mystery box opening. I believe Anthony Blaze is going to join us, possibly Ryan too. Anybody's welcome to jump on the stream with us. We just hang out for about an hour and a half, open a box, and see what kind of junk I can pull. So we did put a poll up on our channel asking people, because I've had a couple people ask me about those boxes, shipping them one. I don't want to ship that big of a box because it's heavy. It's only $15 box, but it would probably cost $40 to ship it. So what we've decided to do is I've found about the right size box. We'll buy one big box, break it into smaller boxes, seal them. If anybody wants them, I think I put them up for $13 shipped in the U.S. I'll have Christy pick who gets which box. That way I don't know what's in them, who's getting what. So if anybody's interested, let us know. But just a way to, do that. We're not going to cherry pick anything. We're just going to open the box and put stuff in little ones. Do that
makes sense.
I'm having fun with them as long as I can keep getting them, and I don't think I'm going to have a problem getting them because the guys already asked me if I want more. So
that's decent.
That's about it. Can't wait for Bricks and BS again. I think you said that's on BOP's channel.
Once monthly. Yeah, once monthly. That is rotates between me, BOP, and Headless.
Nope, that's going to be a lot of fun. It's 5.5 hours last time. God, I hope I don't pick something that long again.
I have the Harry Potter Hogwarts. Not Hogwarts, Privet Drive.
Nice.
I got that from Brickborough.
Yep.
Which is a cool website.
Yeah, I signed up for it. I haven't selected what I want. I probably should do that today or tomorrow. Tonight or tomorrow and get that shipped. So.
Charles, you need to see if they have a Duplo section.
I went to Walmart. I was looking for that's what they're called, the bigger ones, right? Like for kids.
Duplo, yeah.
Yeah, I was looking for a Duplo set, but my Walmart doesn't sell them. like 14 pieces. Look what I did. I built a giraffe, you know.
It's a 5-bag set, and I have to deal with just one big bag.
Oh, wow.
It's going to be hard.
Yeah, you'll have to go for mega blocks. They're about this big. So.
Yeah. There's over 500 pieces there.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Man, that thing should open and have a Pokemon inside it.
It does.
Well,
It does. Awesome.
Yeah, it does.
A pixelated Pokemon, but it's a pixelated Pokemon at that.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, it's pixelated because it's knockoff.
Did you ever see the picture of they did a Zootopia Lego model of like the two main characters, and the guy showed it, and then somebody bumped into it about 30 seconds after the unveiling, and there's the next picture of it's just in 1,000 pieces on a red carpet, and I'm looking at it going, I really hope he got paid for that first.
Yeah. That would not be good. That would not be good.
Headless is currently building the Hogwarts Castle. Currently 6,000 pieces.
Jesus.
Wow.
And Kate, you should check out Raven Reviews linked in the chat. We're gonna be breaking down the Harry Potter movies real soon. We'd love to have you in the chat and wisdom on.
Yeah, I know Kate's a big Harry Potter fan for sure.
She will have lots to contribute on that because she is probably the most educated Harry Potter fan I know.
There you go. Awesome. All right, guys. Go ahead.
I was just saying, me and Danny, that comment from Jeremy then had probably sat there thinking, oh, challenge accepted.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining us. Thank you, Sean, for giving us your time. Guys, remember, go check out all our channels, Funko Illuminati, Raven Reviews. I did forget something. This Sunday night, very sorry, Big Easy, don't kill me. We're going to have an extended version of Let's Chat with Veterans. Same time, 9 p.m. Central. We're going to have a great guest on with us. But it's going to be about a 2-hour show. We missed this week because some stuff was going on. Big Easy is his wedding anniversary, so we skipped it. But we will be on for 2 hours this Sunday night. I totally forgot about it, but
cannot wait.
So
awesome.
It's going to be amazing. And yeah, guys, it's been a great week. Thank you all for hanging out. There's still 9 of you here. There's been 20-some all night long.
Charles, did you want me to sign?
Yeah, just hold it up for me.
This?
Yeah.
Okay. This is from Charles.
Yeah, Big Easy, I'm very sorry. So, Jeremy, you want to take us out? You're the best at that.
Hey, guys, listen. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate all of you guys, everybody on the screen, everybody in this chat. It's awesome to hang out with you every single week. And, guys, time is the most valuable thing that we all have. And only thing that we can do is say thank you for allowing us to share this amount of time with you that you'll never get back. But as valuable as time is, you guys chose to spend it with us this evening, and it means absolutely the world to us. So thank you so much. We appreciate each and every one of you. We love you, and we will see you in the next one.
Yeah, we will.